All right, good afternoon, and we're here at the Oyster Bay Railroad Museum for another volunteer interview. Sir, can you tell me what your name is, please?
My name is John.
Nice. So, John, where do you come from?
I'm originally from Hicksville, born and raised there. Currently live in New Jersey.
So you travel all the way from Jersey. How long does it take you about?
That depends on the traffic. Anywhere between 2 and 4 hours.
Wow. So you're dedicated, because driving 2 to 4 hours each way to get here, that's amazing. We appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Nowhere else I'd rather be.
What is your profession? Where do you work? What do you do?
I work as a mechanical engineer, currently specializing in diesel engines for industrial and marine applications. I've done a couple different things in my career, mostly in energy generation. Formerly worked at the Northport Power Station.
So having that background really does help when you're helping out, when you're volunteering here at the Railroad Museum.
Absolutely, absolutely. It kind of goes both ways, because having that engineering background helps me out here, but also having the experiences here at the Railroad Museum helped me in a couple job interviews.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that it helped. How long have you been volunteer with the Oyster Bay Railroad Museum?
I think since 2013.
So
2013 to 2014, something like that.
So you're going on 8 years?
That's correct.
Wow, that's fantastic. We appreciate that. Why? What made you join the Oyster Bay Railroad Museum? Why?
Well, proximity was the big one. Lived in Hicksville, so Oyster Bay Railroad Museum is only about 15 minutes up the road from me. I've always been interested in trains, model railroads, full-size railroads, and when I moved back to Long Island after I was living up in Connecticut, I started looking for a local museum to volunteer at, and this one was at the top of my list.
Great. And as I said before, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. So, between your job and personal, what do you find is your favorite aspect of being a volunteer here at the Oyster Bay Railroad Museum?
I love being able to actually be a part of the museum as opposed to just an observer. I've gone to so many railroad museums and tourist railroads and model railroads in my life, and I always wanted to be a part of it instead of just kind of showing up, doing my 45-minute walkthrough and then leaving for the day. I wanted to really be able to have a say in the direction that something went, and make a difference and kind of see the results of my labor.
So you feel that it's just great for you to be able to sink your teeth into something, get really involved in a project.
Absolutely.
What, out of all the projects that you've volunteered at here at the museum, what's been your favorite one so far?
My favorite one has been all the work that I've been doing on 398. I know you'd love me to say 35, but 398, the 25-tonner, is kind of my first pride and joy here, because I've been seeing that through from the very beginning. I got it running, rewired it, redid the fuel and the air intake and everything, fixed all the rust in the cab, and just been kind of a labor of love. And I've started working on that pretty much when I started volunteering at the museum. So that's been a kind of a project that's been a long-term background project for as long as I've been here.
Great. And finally, in your opinion, why should someone volunteer here at the Oyster Bay Railroad Museum?
I think someone should volunteer here because, first of all, it's a great group of people. They come from all walks of life, all different ages, different backgrounds. Everyone's very enthusiastic about it, and what I love about it is that every time I come here, something new has been done. Even if I'm not here for a couple weeks or a couple months sometimes, with the distance between here and New Jersey, every time I come back, there's so much that's been completed. Everyone is very happy to be here, very dedicated to be here. The quality of the work is just improving every single day. Everyone's developing skills of their own, and you can see it in the workmanship and the results of every single project we work on. And I mean, I personally love anything that's a hands-on project. I personally love anything that's a hands-on project. I sit at a computer a lot for my job. I'm lucky that I have a job that lets me kind of split my time between thinking and actually working with my hands, and that's part of the reason that I love coming here.
Well, we love when you come here too. Trust us. So, John, thank you very much. We do appreciate your service to the museum. It's always great seeing you, and thank you for doing this interview with us.
No problem.